Is Lou here?
She might be.
Oh, we can hear you. Try changing the source and then changing it back.
Hi.
What have you done?
It was, apologies everyone. It was because in our last game, when I was a player, I had to mute you so I didn't get you twice. As we were sharing the same mic.
You muted me.
I muted you, I forgot. Right. Would you like to start again?
I would like to start
so
again.
sorry.
Technical difficulties, everyone. Anyway. Hello, everyone. This is my second introduction of the session. My name is Xander. I am also known as the Storm Meeple, and I will be your dungeon master for this campaign. Please call me Xanny. We are continuing with our Curse of Strahd campaign. This is our 14th episode. I believe it. And we are setting this in our own mythical world of Aviendahl. We haven't done a lot with that recently because we've been transported into the sub-realm of Barovia. With me, I have three wonderful players. Right, one of our players has had to leave, unfortunately. That is Casey, who played the life cleric William. We have retired William, but hopefully at some point we'll see Casey come back and join us in another game. To make up for that, we will be introducing a few more followers in this. Another follower in this system, and we'll be looking out for new players. So please, if you're on our Discord and you follow us and you fancy playing once every other week, then we'd love to have you. Okay, that will be going into our Discord, and also I'll be putting it up on Roll20 to find some other players as well. So with me, I have three lovely players. We have, I'm going to introduce them one by one, and they can tell them a little about themselves. First of all, let's start with, it's just Bob.
Well, hi, my name is It's Just Bob. I'll be playing tennis. I may sound a little bit farther away from the normal because my chair is super scuffed, and it is hurting my tailbone. So I'm sitting on my bed, not on my chair. Aside from that, I'm playing the resident wizard, who happens to also be a slime. Very much for the homebrew, Xanny.
Well, you made it. I just let you use it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to be a cute slime wizard boy nerd.
Well, for how much longer? Dun, dun, dun. No. We also have with us. Nick, who's playing his. Tell us a bit about yourself, Nick.
Zero, a divine soul sorcerer, trying to figure himself out and trying to stay mostly in one piece as he's trying to traverse the dangerous lands that we've been put through.
Excellent. And finally, we have with us KENARI, played by Luea.
Hello, I am Luea, pronounced Luea, and I play KENARI. She's our Dragonborn Ranger who is still addicted to pastries and is all about showing up Perrin on how to properly shoot a bow and arrow.
Well, we have a good show. We also have so talking about Perrin. Just to clarify, Perrin is a level 4 Fire Ganassi thief who is a follower of this party at the moment. He gets on pretty well with everybody in the group. I think that even with KENARI, actually, despite the fact that she is definitely sort of almost like the sort of the older sister, reluctant to give out praise when he looks for it in this sort of situation. We also have an animal follower. KENARI, would you like to tell us about that? Sorry, Luea, would you like to tell us about that?
The animal companion that I have is named Daisy, and it is a goat that was originally purchased to be sacrificed to a bunch of wolves, and then I rolled a really poor wisdom save, and now this is my companion pet.
I was not being malicious as a dungeon master. No, no, no. You were going to kill a goat. Anyway, so
I was.
you were, and it was going to be horrifying, and may have lost you some respect for an individual. Anyway, so we are currently we're currently at a situation. Our group has laid to rest the body of the resident priest of Barovia, and he has he said that if you come tomorrow, will be able to lay to rest the Burgermeister, who died 3 days previously due to a heart condition after his manor was being besieged by all manner of undead. You are accompanied currently by his son, the new Burgermeister, Ismark Janovic, and also who is currently drunk and on the floor. You dropped him off on the floor. You dropped him off on the floor to protect him because as you were heading to his mansion to sleep the night off, he managed to take you to the local inn, the Blonde Vine Inn, and where you met 3 lovely sisters, who were Vistani, as well as the local barkeep who gave you KENARI a little map. Which was handed in by the old lady that you met earlier. Also, we managed to get into a encounter with a huge number of zombies who you thrashed in the last game, entirely and completely and utterly thrashed them, despite their large number. And I don't think any of you guys were already weak and didn't have any spells, and you hardly took any damage. That was pretty cool.
And I kept on failing to use a dirt arm thing. It just kept failing. It just kept failing.
You did. I was really, really surprised at that. To be honest, because I thought you were going to. I thought you were going to just grab them and hold them and squeeze them and all that sort of stuff.
That's normally how that spell works, but apparently they're just too strong.
What? Sorry. My girlfriend is give me what is it? What's this?
It is.
Playing the tiny violin.
That's that. Cardiac inspiration.
Oh, cardiac inspiration. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so she's better at this. Okay, so I've lost my cards because I made them disappear. How do I bring them back onto this?
You unhide them.
How do I unhide them?
There is on the macros. You should.
There we go. Yeah, got it. Done. Okay, so what we do in this game is we play a few special rules. First of all, we do play the critical damage. We do play the critical damage table. We also do play for sustained injuries, like so for taking injuries. If you can take a serious hit and you go down, you can lose an arm, or a critical hit, you can lose an arm or an eye or a leg or anything lovely like that. Because this is Strahd, and it seems like limbs flying everywhere is the way things should be. Also, we do play using cardiac inspiration. That means that at the beginning of the game, I give everybody a lovely playing card, which people can use in order to boost their attack at some point during the game or increase an ability score. But I also get for. I also get a card, and I can use that in order to play against players. Unfortunately, choice. This is down to you guys in the chat, and I'm also making it illegal for Kitten to use it. Well, because last time she used it at the first possible moment, just to get it out of the way, which was a bit mean, I thought. I'm going to deal one card to everybody, all players, and deal. Okay, I'm going to take your card away from you. Okay, so so where were we? So we're currently standing in the middle of the street. We are the street away from the Burgermeister's mansion. Ismark is passed out on the floor. William is William. I will be using him just for a moment until he's replaced. And you're currently standing surrounded by the mouldering and beheaded bodies of about a dozen strong. What would you like to do?
Sarah would look at Bob and KENARI. Shall we take this guy and get going? I think we all need a good night's sleep. It's already late out there.
Yeah, I really could use some sleep.
I guess I'll have to pick him up again, won't I?
Well, I can track.
nice.
You can drag him. Drag him along the floor.
If you're not going to carry him, I will try. I'm not sure I'll succeed in it, but it doesn't hurt.
Have you taken an athletics check?
Hmm?
You have to take an athletics check to see if you can do that. He's quite heavy. He's wearing a lot of armor and everything.
He said he will try if KENARI doesn't want to, but he's just see if that's the case.
KENARI will just bend down and grab him and haul him up and toss him like a sack of potatoes over her shoulder.
Shall we get going then?
Okay. All right. So we're currently in the town of we're currently in Barovia, and you guys have just sort of come down here, which is where you're attacked by the Strahd zombies. You're only one street away from the Burgermeister's mansion. It won't take you very long. It takes you about 10 minutes. But of course, it's getting very dark now that it's already it's always dark in Barovia. But now you can see the mists are starting to creep in, starting to cling to your armor and clothes, trying to envelop you, and sort of sticky and cloying feeling of sort of the cold, misty tendrils as they grab at you. The door towards the mansion, the door of the Burgermeister's mansion, is closed and locked, but you can see the flickering light of many candles in the main room through one of the cracks in the barred windows.
Zara will go forwards and will try to knock on the door.
So you knock on the door. Very quickly, there is the sound of running feet. Surprisingly heavy tread. And set into the door, there is a large sort of metal bar that can be pulled across. It's slid across. And you can see a hint of sort of beautiful emerald eyes highlighted by long lashes and delicate red eyebrows, sort of staring at you through the peephole. And she sort of looks down at you, looks up and down, and says, "Well, you took your time."
Yeah. We got your brother.
Where is he? Where's this mark?
Zara will move out of the way so KENARI can get in the picture.
Oh, hell.
He's not
drinking
hurt.
too
He's
much again.
he's not hurt. He's just drunk. Well, maybe
didn't
he might be hurt. I did drop him. We did run into.
He deserves it. If you dropped him, he has a bruised tailbone to go with his bruised head. You hear like several locks undoing. Sort of like it's like wait one moment. She like closes the latch. You hear like and like many different keys going into locks. as the door sort of like judders for a moment, and then with a hefty pull swings open. You can see the inside of the Burgermeister's mansion is still in its current state of disrepair. The smell is still of sort of like wilting, faded flowers, and sort of this hint of sort of staleness wafting through the air. She sort of steps aside, and you can see behind her are two men dressed in long black cloaks, who have their hands on their swords. She sort of gestures them to stand down. Over on either side. She gestures and says, "Please come in. It's night is closing in, and it's not safe to be out after dark."
KENARI would enter and bring Ismark in and go to the parlor they went to before and set him down on a chair.
Yeah, he just flops onto this chair. He's completely boneless at this point. This hefty snoring is coming from some sort of like this. Sort of really brutal snoring starts to echo through the room as he just slumps down his chair and starts to curl up before the fire. Irina comes in and she sort of looks. You all inside? Sorry, KENARI's gone through. I'm assuming ZARRIEL and Tim and Timus. Did you follow?
Yeah.
She's the door is behind you and swiftly locked by her attendants.
Sorry about that. My mic was muted on the hardware end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Timus would have followed in.
Okay, so she sort of gestures to the front room.
Yeah.
I see you. You no longer have my father's body with you. Has the ritual been done? I assumed you would have called for me.
I believe,
Yes.
out of character, we did do the ritual, right?
We
No,
did.
you started it?
No, you didn't do it. You had because he needed a night to grieve for his son. So he's
Oh,
the ritual has
right,
not.
yeah. Oh, okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's been a hot minute.
The ritual should be done by tomorrow, I at least presume, as we left one of our own with him in I forgot. Karen. Yes.
We left Car on there.
Karen's with them. Yeah, Karen's with them. So William is sort of come in with you as well. He's sort of standing by the fire. He's he's sort of like looking over Ismark to make sure that you're dropping him. Didn't do anything. He turns to you and he sort of says, "No, he's in good shape. A good night's sleep, and he'll be fine tomorrow."
Then shall we all take some rest and then continue from then tomorrow?
So yeah, Irina,
Yeah.
she sort of flushes and she's like, "Oh, please, where are my manners? Of course you need rest. I am afraid that we only have 2 rooms that you can use. I'd rather you, if you don't mind, one of them being my father's room. You can use that. It's of course been cleaned. There's a large double bedroom of the stairs. Please don't open any of the windows or try to remove the bars. They're there for a reason. Also, we have another smaller room. It's only servants' quarters, I'm afraid. A smaller room, smaller bed, but it's yours for using. And anyone else, you're welcome to sleep in this front room as well. There's a few. I can arrange some cushions or pillows on the floor. We have a number of sheets that I can use. Would any of you? What's your preference?
Oh, I can sleep in pretty much anywhere. Like a pillow will be nice. I'm not exactly don't take that much space up, so I should be fine.
I would go to one of the beds, please.
Of course. And I'm assuming that William, your cleric friend will be going with you, or at least using one of the bedrooms as well. Or would you, Lady KENARI, would you prefer to use one of the bedrooms?
I'll go sleep in the cellar since I have a.
I would rather.
And she
Didn't
looks
want to go
down
sleep
at the
in the cellar.
goat.
Yes, of course. but well, as she seems a clean animal, she can stay here in the front room if you wish, or that Ismark won't mind the company.
Go.
Well, would you like to hunker down here in front of the fire? I can arrange a sleeping thing for you here. A pallet of some kind.
Kenari's like looking around. She like does not like the idea of sleeping indoors.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna rather than answering, she's gonna like start walking with Daisy on her heels and like begin just walking around the house and not really like answering and like looking in different rooms.
Is she okay? I mean, didn't offend her.
She's used to sleeping outside, so
That would not be recommended, I'm afraid.
I understand. We just fought a lot of zombies, so that was a lot. We are kind of beat, but
DM,
yes.
I am looking for a room that has the most how do I phrase this?
Openness?
Something that not necessarily like condensed or confined because she would have been fine sleeping in the cellar. It's something that would have made her feel like more of like an earthy feel to it in the sense of like whether there's more wood flooring or wood paneling or anything that like feels more natural.
I mean,
not heavily made up with curtains.
Well, I mean,
and drapes and stuff.
the servants' quarters. Sort of walk around the house. The servants' quarters is quite barren. It's just a pallet in
Okay.
a room. There's a window which has been barred. Again, you can see there's a lot of mats across it, and what appears to be a holy symbol of Woden, like underneath it.
Okay.
But it's not it's a very small room, but it's very Spartan.
Okay, she'll look down at Daisy and just go like, "Guess we're sleeping here," and like settling down in like one of the corners. She doesn't actually like lay down. She like sleeps sitting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you if you're going to hunker down there, that's fine. ZARRIEL, you head to the top of the stairs. You come into a very sort of like it's a bit musty. It looks like hasn't been used for a few days, but for a week or so. But it's a very it's quite a grandly appointed room. Nothing you're not used to. In fact, it's probably quite poor in quality compared to what you're used to. But it is definitely one of the nicer rooms that you've slept in since you went. There's a big double bed you can stretch out in. It's got a lot of sort of tapestries around the room and relatively cheerful looking ones for this place. Quite a few colors, and you're probably quite intrigued by some of this sort of antique looking furniture, things that have been out of fashion for centuries. This is not really what you're used to. Your stuff is either more grand or better made. But it is interesting to see how the techniques have survived the test. But yes, it doesn't take long for you to sort of settle down into the bed. It's comfortable. It's relatively warm. There's a number of sort of furs on top, wolf skin and deer pelt.
Before
on top of you.
Before that, after seeing the room, and he would not. Is Irina still with him?
Is
Irina.
Irina. No, Irina is she's sort of downstairs with the rest of the group. Did you want her to follow you?
No, I'm just wanted to know who showed him the room, but.
Okay. Oh no, she gestured upstairs. It was the largest room on the end. She was like,
okay.
There's the large double room. I mean, it's easy to find.
Yeah. After checking that, yeah, he would go back on downstairs and look for that silvered, the badly silvered weaponry, sword that Ismark had pointed out was used against some of the some of the different beasts that had attacked the mansion.
So yeah, so you come. It's basically a long sword. It's I've got an iron cross handle. It's got very basic pommel and dark leather wrapped around it, but the blade is literally now useless as a blade because it's just like a bar of metal that has blobs of silver just sort of smeared over it. It's not in any way beautifully crafted, but it basically to me would count as a silver improv. It's basically no better than picking up a chair leg.
He'll shake his head, go upstairs, and go to sleep.
I mean, it still counts as silvered.
He would, instead of that, he would try to, an hour before going to sleep, he would try to, instead of going, he would first try to concentrate of one of his daggers, trying to see if the training of the knowledge that was imparted on him, he would be maybe able to wield it once more.
So the dagger, as you look at it, it shimmers. So as you're sitting down, before we do that, can I just quickly get everybody else into bed?
Of course.
Do a few things because I have a few things I want to do. So first of all, KENARI is hunkered down. Timus, you're on a pillow in front of the.
I'm visually in a pillow, like around the same area that the drunken, sleepy Burgermeister, young Burgermeister boy, is. I'm like relatively like right next to him on a pillow, just reading my book.
Yep, that's fine. So your book is sort of floating in front of you slightly as you sort of pages looking through it.
Yeah.
You're sitting on a very again, everything in this house is a bit musty, a bit sort of unused, maybe a bit uncared for. The pillow is comfortable enough. You're seated on a table. Irina, one of her servants, sort of came forth and brought almost like a small coffee table forward, dragged it towards the fire. It's got these very nastily sort of carved, sort of almost like cloven hoof style prongs coming out of it, which the table rests upon. But it's stable enough, and they placed a pillow on there, and so basically you're almost like next to Ismark, like side by side. He's sort of been placed there.
I'm keeping an eye on him and just trying to stay warm by the fire.
And William is going to sort of settle down alongside you as well. There's a number of pillows and sheets have been brought down for him, dragged down, placed in front of the fire. He sort of looks at you, gives you a nod, good night, and sort of in prayer for about 10 minutes of silent meditation, and then you hear sort of the sound as he himself. Yes, KENARI. Yes, sir, Luea.
I was just laughing because I was like, haha, you guys took sitting duty.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. To be honest, I'm looking through not my spell book, my cookbook. So
okay. All right. So a couple of so first of all, so ZARRIEL, the training imparted to you in your mind through your latest endeavors, you can definitely feel that it is bearing fruit. Mamina's words are echoing through your mind, or at least that of her Deva are echoing through your mind, and through concentration, you start to feel connection to your weapon, start to forge that link. But as you're about to do so, a wave of exhaustion overtakes you. A feeling of heat envelops your mind and body and drags you down into slumber. This is irresistible. As you lie in a state of slumber, before you, a shard, a crystal of pulsing light, rhythmically switching between a golden hue and a fiery red, glows it glows in your mind's eye. And from it echoes a voice. Says, "My dedicated one, I am weak and shattered, and my time with you is brief. Great words have been imparted to me of your deeds." Can you hear me, by the way? I'm not too quiet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Such dedication cannot go without its reward. Bring order to the world of chaos. Bring justice to those who have none. Subjugate the evildoers in my name. Wield the wings of my power and find my other half. Okay, and that's what you hear in your mind.
Okay.
Remind me who's hearing this? It's
This
Me.
is Zariel.
Zariel.
Zariel. Oh, Zariel. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Timmons,
Yeah.
as you sleep,
Oh no. My first
as you
dream.
sleep,
Okay.
as you sleep, things are different. Something's different. Your
Mhm.
mind, normally so organized, is feeling frayed and tattered. Is it exhaustion? You're not sure. Even your subconscious mind, normally so adept at controlling your thoughts, your feelings, maintaining that level of discipline that's required of someone of your rank and skill, your great age, of course, feels like parts of yourself are unraveling. Through great willpower, you feel yourself start to gather those parts and try to place them back into order. Something is wrong. There's a darkness where before your mind was an idyllic place of order and perfection, just dedicated to your studies and dedicated to perfecting your magical prowess. Now it feels as if a blight is spreading through those lands. Dark tendrils are clawing away at the things which made you you are, dragging them off into the surrounding dark. You can feel yourself. You'll remember who you are, but you know you're running out of time. Okay. All right. And,
Well, that's not ominous at all.
And KENARI. KENARI, it's difficult for you to sleep. Okay, you're inside. 4 walls surrounding you. No night sky above you. It's cloying. And as far as you're concerned, it's a very poor way to live. Daisy seems to have no such trouble. She's down, sort of hunkered down next to you. Her head to one side. She's sort of leaned half against the wall. Eyes closed. In that sort of strange way that goats do. You know, it's almost like a half-closed eye.
Yeah, it's that. I'm a farm animal. I sleep standing up.
Pretty much, yeah. So this is like, I mean, she's kind of hunkered down, but at the same time, yeah, in that sort of weird, almost alert way that animals do.
That they'd never actually like fully sleep.
No, I know. That's what I mean. I don't really know how to describe it. I've never really watched a goat.
It's okay. I grew up on a farm. I grew up around farms. I know exactly what that is.
How Daisy sleeps, because I've tried to find pictures of goats sleeping, but didn't really work.
I have only ever seen sheep and some goats. It depends on the breed, but goats that bond with one person in particular will exhibit similar qualities to like a dog. So they will hunker down and tuck their legs in and like lower themselves down, and then they'll sleep, but their ears will be twitching and moving. And occasionally they'll like wake themselves up and then they'll look around and then they'll fall back asleep.
Yeah.
Or if there's a
Well,
sudden noise, they open their eyes and then they look in that direction.
Yeah.
And then they
Well,
shake
as you
a little
start,
and then fall back asleep.
well, as you start sleeping, you sort of like hear a sort of shuffling as Daisy is moving sort of closer to you. She places her head like so it's almost in the crook of your neck, and sort of like and then just like the head lolls. You're a ranger. You've got close to me.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable, and you very carefully manage to move her head down so it's the horns are no longer poking you in the side of the ear. You manage to get sort of like into a comfortable position where ghosts are not. She's not going to probably sleep all night for about 5 hours or something like that. But either way, she's hunkered down by your side.
Yep.
So you're staring, and the thing which attracts your eye immediately is several slivers of starlight as they sort of stream through the windows. There's through the cracks in the planks protecting the windows. You're drawn to that starlight. It's the outside world, and it's the only thing which makes you. Having Daisy at your side is a blessing, but at the same time, it reminds you of the outside world and that you're currently confined away from it. As you sleep, so as you sort of start to drift off into sleep, for a moment, you're not entirely sure, but you think you catch a glimpse of a pair of ruby red eyes staring at you through the slats. There's a slight flicker, and then they're gone. It's hard to fall asleep after. A couple of things. You get your 8 hours sleep. You wake up fresh, so please manage to heal your characters, get your spell slots and everything sorted out. Timus, you have a roll to make.
I do, in fact, have a roll to make. I will open up the chart real quick. Hold on. Oh boy. It's here we go. Found it. So I need to roll a D10.
Yeah, you need to roll a D10 on your table.
Okay. Okay, that's a 3. So far no change.
Okay, so you're fine at the moment.
Fine at the moment.
Okay, good. All right, I would like you to.
Yes.
Be prepared because you're going to have to take an addiction test now.
Oh.
Okay, I need you to roll. And how many you eat? I can't remember. Was it 4?
I believe it was 4 total.
Okay, so I need you to roll for me. You need to roll a con check for me, please.
Not a saving throw? Well,
A con saving throw.
Okay. Just straight up, normal?
Yeah, no disadvantages, but I've got this DC you need to beat. Okay. Yep, you're fine. Yeah. You managed to sort of shrug off the feeling. I need you to. So you ate 4.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So wait, no, it went up by. Yeah. So you're okay. So KENARI, I need you to take a con save as well, please.
Alrighty.
How many pies did you eat again?
I ate 8.
It was twice.
8.
Yeah, it was twice as many as me. So.
Okay. So. Oh dear. Okay, KENARI, you fail your con save.
I figured.
Okay, so you feel so as you wake up, you feel rested, but your mind starts to judder the moment you wake up. You are you know what you need. You are desperately crave another one of those pastries. You couldn't sleep well last night. You just know that by eating one of those pastries, you would definitely get a good night's sleep again, like you did last time. You have good dreams instead of the haunted nightmares of ruby red eyes chasing you through a dark room like you had last night. A dark room that kept closing its walls in on you, making the room smaller, surrounding you, smaller and smaller and smaller, till it felt like you were confined by the four walls, dragging you down into an underground crypt. You now have a this is day 2. So you have a disadvantage on all skill checks
Okay.
for this day. Okay, so this
I will
following day you
toggle
have it.
disadvantage then.
Okay. So you have disadvantage on all skill checks this day. You're too concerned thinking about those pastries. ZARRIEL, as you wake up, you look down at the dagger you were holding as you fell asleep. It's no longer a dagger.
Excuse me?
It's no longer a dagger.
Then what is it?
It is shaped. It is now an elegantly shaped sword. Okay. Remember the picture I sent you?
I may be able to find it, but it probably is buried. I remember it, yes. Okay, I found it.
Okay. It's an elegantly shaped blade. You feel an inherent connection.
Okay.
You see upon the hilt of the blade there are 3 overlapping triangles.
Okay.
Form the symbol of Mamina. Okay, remember, so this is a crookery. Okay. So it's almost like a half between a sword and dagger. Big sort of curved blade. Counts as a what did you say you wanted, a short sword or a long sword?
Long sword.
Long sword.
Oh.
Okay, so unfortunately, take one dagger away, please, and replace it with your cookery. Okay, and this is your given weapon. This counts as your hex weapon.
Okay.
Any weapon can be, but this is. If you want to change your link to it, you can.
No, I just have to.
We're all having these big moments, boys.
I just have to touch up my sheet, nothing more. Okay.
Why didn't you tell me beforehand so I could sort this out before the game began?
Okay. He'll just stare at a solid minute.
As you look at it, can you roll me an investigation check, please?
I sure can.
Oh, okay. You look at it and something's wrong. The blade looks unfinished. There are designs which seem to sort of finish halfway through. The blade, although beautiful, seems to have almost like an outline for an inscription, but the inscription is not fully realized on the blade. Nothing's wrong with it, but you can sense the weapon is not what it should be at this point.
Okay.
Maybe with time that will change.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, as you sort of come down from where you've all been resting, First of all, Timus, the one thing you notice is that Ismark, along with Irina and William, are not there. There are a number of attendants. They've laid out sort of quite poor fare. The breakfast is quite fair. It's just some cold meats and bread, but maybe a few wilting vegetables and fruits. But it's quite a basic breakfast. It's been laid out for you. There is a one of the 4 footmen that you met earlier. One of Ismark's men, sort of standing by the door of the mansion. There is also a young boy sitting to one side, and Karen is heartily tucking into a number of slabs of like dark brown rye bread with some sort of ham or something. He's just tearing into it. So he's like, "Oh, you all up? Hello. Good to see you again."
Good morning to you.
How's
Good food, good grub.
Oh, where did the Burgermeister and company go?
And so Perrin looks a bit sort of down for a moment. He looks up and he says, "Didn't want to bother you after all the help you gave last night. They went off to Father Donovich to lay the old Burgermeister's rest.
Okay, I see.
They felt that it wasn't, they said to me, we'd done so much that they just wanted a private moment, family moment, But William insisted on going along. He was like, "Well, I can help him. I can say a prayer and protect him from the ravages of undeath." And he also wanted to check in on the Tin Man.
Oh, okay.
They said they'll be back soon. There's a place here for us. And if you ask the boy, he'll give you some. He's got some good wine down there in the cellar. I tried, but Raina said I couldn't have any. And I'm not scared. I'm not picking on that book. She's scary.
Well, honestly, I feel like. How old are you again?
What, me?
Yeah.
17.
Well, you should be I believe close enough to.
Oh, not I can, and I have plenty of ale and wine, but Irina said no, and she grabbed me by the ear, and it hurt. And she made me sit here, and I haven't moved since. I'm not going to get on her bad side.
Well, I wouldn't either, to be honest. He sort of rubs the back of his neck with like a little pseudopod thing. Hops over to the table next to Param and just sort of starts chowing down with him, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, are you all down? I mean, look, KENARI, did you come down?
Yeah. I didn't understand if like you said that we all woke up, so I was like, oh, are we already all down in the dining room already then? Or?
Well, I basically just said as you go down. So if you could be just wandering around the house, that's your choice. But I'm saying when you go down, you'll see that they're not there.
I would say having come down and see that they're not there, KENARI is gonna start snooping around the house.
Just being nosy.
No, she's not looking for something.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
With a disadvantage.
Yep.
Which means it's probably gonna get me nowhere.
Are you looking for pastries, my young Fraulein?
You don't know. You don't know?
You find 4 copper coins at the bottom of an old flower pot.
Sweet, I'll pocket them.
Old gremlin.
Hey, man. It's like finding coins in your friend's couch. Are they really gonna miss them? Did they really know they were there? No, they didn't. Take the coins.
Oh my god.
KENARI, you've shifted from lawful good to lawful neutral. No, I'm joking. I kind of feel like when you play this old games like Skyrim, when you're sort of like your bar, or was it like Fable, where if you did bad things, your bar would go red?
Oh
No,
you're wanted.
I have told my husband's like, you should honestly just make a comic of how you play Skyrim because it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you go into every single room, and you take all of the food, you take all of the things, and then when you're bored, you throw away all the important shit to keep the food. And I'm like, yeah.
Sorry. Just to clarify.
Yeah, I know. I caught myself.
intimidation.
Yep. Huh? Oh, I
You did
did
intimidation, not investigation. So you might want to try that again if you want to. But
Okay,
look,
never
much
mind.
better. All right.
Do I still get to keep the copper?
You get to keep the full cup of coins. Yes.
Okay.
And you also find an old brass locket.
Ooh, family.
I'm gonna open it up and take a look.
Inside are two little paintings, sort of miniatures, and one is of a young boy looking quite sternly, sort of trying to look intimidating but failing badly. A bit scrawny, a few pimples on the forehead that seem to have been added in, even though probably the painter was not commissioned to do so. Possibly the boy ticked off the painter enough that all the imperfections were added. And also on the other side, a young girl with bright red hair and green eyes. She's sort of a half smile in a sort of coy way of old sort of like middle ages paintings.
Could you describe what Arena looks like again?
Yes. So she's quite tall. She's about 5'10", 5'11". She has a long sort of fiery red hair, green eye. She's wearing sort of Baroque armor at the moment, and she has a sword attached to her hip.
Okay.
She's very beautiful.
That's all I needed. I just needed to confirm that it was the same. So, okay, she'll close it and put it back where she found it. And not finding what she was actually looking for, come back down.
Tries to eat the locket. Must be pastry here somewhere. Okay.
But are we
ZARRIEL?
wrong?
ZARRIEL goes downstairs, looks at Bob and Piran having conversation. Just
I want to
beat
point out
them.
you keep on calling Timus Bob.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It makes me laugh.
It's been so long. I just
a blob.
No. ZARRIEL would not try to tick off Tim. Timus, sorry, it's been a month and I'm just trying to get my stuff together.
You're fine, my friend.
It's funny.
He would bid good morning to Timus and Piran and just go down and have breakfast.
Okay. All right. So as you're having sort of breakfast, you sort of all a bit. KENARI, you come back down. You can all notice that KENARI is looking a bit twitchy, like she had a bad night's sleep.
Does she look like a drug addict, twitchy?
Like she's not quite, no, but definitely looked uncomfortable.
Okay.
And is not really paying much attention to the food. She's sort of moving it around on her plate a bit. But I'm not saying you can't eat KENARI. I'm just saying you're not enjoying it.
Yeah, it tastes like ash in my mouth.
But damn, was it filling?
Yeah, KENARI, roll a history check quickly for me. Disadvantage, obviously. Do you remember that you do remember that the old woman did say she came almost every day to the village to sell her pastry? Just a quick reminder. That sort of little fact flashes across your brain.
Yeah, and remembering that she'll stand up from the table and she's gonna say, "I'm tired of being cooped up. I'm leaving. I'll be back."
Let me accompany you.
Oh, are we going somewhere? Okay.
Oh right, yeah. We're heading off. I thought we were gonna wait for your friends.
I love this game.
I would prefer us not separating again. He looks at Timus and Piran. That's why I offered to accompany KENARI on this on her walk. I presume. But
I'm
I
going
think
to look around. The town looks pretty safe during the day. I think it's when
You look outside and it's like thunder, lightning. It's not very
There's
nice
dead
day
bodies
outside.
everywhere from the
It's
previous
lovely.
night.
It's lovely outside, and it's just like lightning, thunder. It's
There's people burying a dead body right now, so you know what? If they can bury a dead body in this weather, I can go for a walk.
yeah.
So let me just clarify something. We have a wizard, a ranger, and a what? I forgot what ZARRIEL is.
for your
I thought you were a divine soul sorcerer. That's why I got confused.
for the purposes of is this or is Xanny?
No, wait, don't
No,
tell me.
If you want to share what's happening, you can. It's your
Yeah.
character's choice.
For,
I'll just we can just clarify and tell everyone that we can just clarify and say that you've multi-class. But we
For-
won't say what.
Oh, you just multi-class. I thought you changed classes completely.
no,
That's
for,
what I was confused about. Okay.
for the purposes of the story, he has made a deal. So he
I
did
see. Okay, don't tell me then. Don't tell me then.
not die
Spoiler
on the
territory.
floor. So he did not. So he doesn't. So he did not end up dead on that floor in that sewer.
Yeah, that's what we
Cool.
that's what we
Okay.
came up with. Right?
Okay. Okay.
That's
I just wanted to
what
double check what we had.
Yeah, just to clarify that there will be some new character development in that area for ZARRIEL.
Lovely. Same with
Okie
Timus.
dokie. Yeah, soon.
Honestly,
You're
I'm very scared to
getting
look there. I'm honestly not that. I may have regrets, but it's already happening, so I don't care.
Okay, so we're going. So you're all heading out. Okay. Okay, so as you sort of heading towards the door, the manservant sort of standing there, sort of steps in front of it and says, "I'm sorry. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't want to stop you, but I think that Lady Arena would much prefer it if you were still here when you got back.
Oh, that's completely understandable. Should we wait
I'm
for
not
them
keeping
then?
you here. I understand. I'm not keeping you here, but I'm just wondering if it might be better for you to wait and just. It shouldn't be too long. Think you can manage
Okay.
a bit longer?
I'm fine. How about you guys?
Well, I would like to leave this place as fast as possible. We are yet to get out.
I understand, but from what I understand, first of all, you need to wait for. You're taking Lady Arena with you when you go, are you not?
Yes.
We're just going around the town. We're coming
Oh.
back.
Oh, all right. Should I tell Lady Arena to wait here or to come and find you?
I would say she would wait here for us.
Oh, of course. Well, when she arrives, one of my men will come and find you around the city, around the town. It won't take long for us to find you. It's not like it's a difficult place to get lost in.
You just watch as she like exhales through her nose
Right.
in like a huff of like.
I'll be
That's
getting out of your way now. Then, so open the door for you, shall I? Here you go. So like, he sort of steps out of the way of this very intimidating looking dragon woman, and he sort of like steps back. Here you go. Yes, please. I'm not trying to confine.
She walks out. Is it actually raining, or was that a joke?
No, it is raining. It's raining. It's raining, and it's there's a bit of a thunderstorm going on. The town is about as dark as it was at night. It's only slightly brighter, illuminated by several gas lamps which are heading up and down the main street.
Okay, she's gonna like tilt her head back and like look up at like the sky.
Feel the ice cold raindrops. It's
And then
refreshing.
she starts walking. She is looking for that old woman.
Zari will pull up his hood and follow her to the storm.
Perrin sort of like looks really uncomfortable. Oh, bloody.
So,
hell.
we going?
Oh, well, he pulls up like this oil skin thing which he has and puts it over his top of his body. He's like, right. I don't like the rain, but I'm not staying here by myself.
Don't worry, you got me. And I'm going to use control water. To shape water to make the rain not hit me, and especially make like a little, sort of manipulate the rain above me and Param.
Okay, I'll allow that. No problem. Yeah. So sorry, I've got a cat climbing me. I've got a cat climbing me.
No problem.
Any really? I'm in the middle of a dramatic moment here. No, don't knock things over. Okay, so yeah, you're on TV now, Eddie. How I will DM from now on. Okay. All right. So as you head out into town, you notice
I have to wait.
she's cute. So into town, you can see that it's the streets are relatively bare as always. There's a few people heading to and fro. And sort of heading back up towards the main square.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Sort of like up here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on the DM there. Yeah.
I believe.
Okay, so you're sort of heading up there.
Yep.
You passed. Yes, you were yesterday. The bodies are still there, lying there, and there's a few people. There's a few people sort of looking at them, but no one wants to go near them.
Zari will use casting to Sacred Flame to get rid of that. While trying.
You want to incinerate the bodies?
Incineration.
He would do a quick look over them before incinerating, see if they had anything on them while they were still alive.
You did that yesterday.
Did we?
You did. Sorry, last lesson. Yeah, you did last time.
Then light the torch.
Okay, so yeah, I mean it's raining, but this is a flame. This is a flame of Mamina. So it's an all-consuming holy fire, and sort of almost like a napalm. It sticks to the bodies and starts to consume them. Soon you're surrounded by about 8 little pillars of fire, blazing merrily. The area is illuminated, and you see it's not. Stop trying to knock over my my tablet. Hey, stop it. You see that a number of people have been drawn towards your actions. You sort of like turn around, shooting bolt after bolt of flame. Shooting circles of flame appearing underneath each of them and start to consume them. And a few people are quite interested in what you're doing.
Yes. Zari will keep his head down, keep his hood up, try to... Yeah.
One or two of them sort of cross their arms, their bodies like that, and and seem to give you a short bow. The undead.
They're welcome, I guess.
um, a woman with a child comes up towards you, sort of a young child with her. The child seems to be quite weak, sort of on its feet. He looks up at you and goes, "Oh, good master, you seem to have blessings of the Lord of the Morning. Is there anything you can do to help my poor sweet Sarah here?"
Yeah.
So the child looks up and she sort of gives a little cough, and sort of like her mother's side.
KENARI is going to like come up behind and just go, "Take him to a doctor. If you can't afford it, that's your problem."
She shies away from you. Roll intimidation check for me.
I would say this should not do it.
She looks at you. She looks at you fiercely, with the fierceness of a mother trying to help her child. So, yeah, she's like, "You heartless thing, you! My poor Sarah. She's injured. She's sick. I can't go to it. We don't have a doctor. The last doctor got killed in the undead riots up at the Burgermeister's mansion.
Then I
We have
suggest
no
you
one."
prepare for her funeral. And she walks away.
Is she ill, or is she magically ill?
She looks weak. She probably. I mean, roll a medicine check. Hey, skills checks.
Sorry.
Lots of them in this game.
Okay, sorry. What happened? I missed something.
I'm trying to see if I can help a little girl.
Okay.
He started casting holy magic. Some of the villagers bowed to him, someone who can wield holy magic, and then a mother with a sick child came up hoping he could heal her young one.
So you
As you
got
would
a
if you
20.
saw a miracle worker in your town.
Yeah, fair. That's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20. You look at her. You look at her over her carefully. You sort of you look at the mother for Askins, and when she gives you permission, you sort of rest a hand on her brow. Sort of do the basic things that you remember the physicians doing for you and your sister. You sort of you check the lymph nodes. You make sure that you look to see if she's got like discolored eyes, or look at the back of her throat to see if it's discolored. She doesn't look like she's got a disease, or it looks like she's got like a cold or something like that, but it's getting worse. And you can tell she's got a bit of a fever. Do you have a healer's kit or a medical kit of any kind, or any medical herbs or anything? I think KENARI has one. She went walking off with it.
No.
I do believe that if you cast Lesser Restoration or like a Paladin's Healing Hands would probably work, maybe.
Yeah, and basically anything that would return hit points could probably heal her.
Oh, the healing spells can also work then too.
He would put both his hands at the side of her head, and his palms would glow. His eyes would too, and he would use healing hands on her.
Tim, as you look at me, you notice the cracks sort of that sort of appear when he uses abilities seem to be more pronounced.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you basically what you do is you give her a shot, like a bolstering shot of life energy, which helps to reinvigorate her system. This isn't like a full-on disease or anything, so you don't need to use the spell cure disease.
Oh, okay.
It's literally like she's weak and exhausted, and not great diet, and really just needs something to help her get through this. Just some extra energy or something to help her get through it. So how many hit points are you going to impart to her?
4. That's as much as he can.
Yeah, I mean, you impart 4 hit points to her, and you can see her eyes, which were fuzzy and unfocused, now bright and shining. She's looking up at you in wonder, energy sort of like suffusing her body. She looks up at her mother and she gives her like a big hug, and the woman sort of looks at you, and she like grasps she kneels down to where you've been kneeling with her daughter, and sort of like grasps your palm and says, "Bless you, may the Lord of the Morning bless you."
Keep her warm and keep her safe. I have other business to attend to. And he stands up
I
and
will.
follows the rest.
Wait, please just wait. And she bustles into her like
Yeah.
house, and she comes out with a sort of like a knapsack, and inside there's a few sort of like rolls and sort of like, it's like a tureen of hot soup, a clay pot. Sort of hands it over. It's not much. We don't have much, but please take this and know that you have our gratitude.
That is for your daughter. I do not need of what you have. And he turns his back and walks away.
You see her sort of like she like looks back, asking no one's actually not taken a reward. She sort of sits down, she sort of bows, and she, thank you. You sort of head on.
Oh man! By the way,
all the villagers like crowding around, like looking at the daughter now, and she's like pointing back at you, ZARRIEL, as you walk away.
Question: I didn't actually woke up, but I'm allowed, because of my chef feat, to do some cooking to make some like portable treat things that will give hit points back. Could I do that before we have left? Because I forgot about that.
No, of course, that's fine. Retroactively, you can maybe while you came down before you started eating, you just jumped into the kitchen and started making a few.
Yeah. I would basically just do some like candied some candied fruits, just make sort of preservable but still sweet based items.
Yeah, I mean, you find some flour, you find maybe some preserved honey, a few other bits and pieces in there as well, and you make it almost like a fruitcake like thing, which is like a mixture between fruitcakes and scones, but using honey instead of sugar.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's doughy, it's goopy, it's sweet, and you
imagine one of those sugar like candied fruits, like a sliced apple, like a apple slice, but it's like candied and sugary, like that.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely. So yeah, you're able to like you pour the honey over it, you crystallize it with a bit of heat, a bit of prestidigitation magic, and you manage to cook up a lovely sort of sweet treat for later.
I can make up to, how many of these can I make? Let me just double check. Because I have quite ability to make, I think, equal to my coach treats. After a long rest, I can use equal to my proficiency bonus. So that is
2 at the moment. I think.
2. So basic, and they last for 8 hours. Yeah. So I have 2 of these, and they're like little cookie pastry thing, cookie apple things.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're basically, as I said, it's like an unpreserved fruitcake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's very tasty. Very tasty. You probably even toast them to be like almost like fritters. Yeah, if you want to add a bit of fire to them, but they're ready. You can use them within 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, KENARI, as you move away, you're looking for this woman around the village. If you want to roll an investigation, if you want to roll a perception check, see if she's there. Like you notice her wandering around. Alternatively, if you can't see her, then you could roll an investigation check to see if you've seen any signs of her passing. Luea?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's up for you you can now roll to see whether you can see her. So a perception check to see if she's around you. Notice any sign of her?
The granny woman.
Okay, you really can't. I mean, she's not there. I mean, you're looking around and you can't see her. Roll an investigation or a survival. No, investigation because you're in a town. Investigation check to see if you can see any signs of her like passage. I mean, you sort of, as you sort of wandering around the town, you don't see the old woman, but you do see you do see that the sort of the marks of her wagon sort of passing through the town. You sort of see him heading in this direction. She has like almost like a little barrow that she trundles through town.
Just follow the tracks.
Oh, did we already pass the group, like the crowd of like that little girl who Nick healed, or sorry, ZARRIEL
yeah. So
healed?
yeah. So you were in the main area here, and that happened. Sorry, no, you were down here because you were burning the bodies of the of the zombies, and KENARI just went straight up here. Was the main center.
Okay, so she's far ahead. We're not all together, is what you're saying.
No, she's what? She's 40,
Okay.
80, 60, 120, about 200 feet ahead of you.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to double check if we're all together, or are we like?
Perrin's with you. Perrin's with you guys. He's like been hanging around you, Timus.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well, in that case, I'll be quiet until I can do my thing.
Cool.
I'll wait my turn then.
Okay, so KENARI, you're heading off down in this direction.
Yep.
Okay. 1 second. Have a thing here. 1 second. Barovia.
Didn't I mention that Zara would try to follow KENARI, so she doesn't try to?
Well, you
Like,
did
for-
get
Oh,
kind
I
of
mean, but
sidetracked.
you were trying to follow her, but you got sidetracked.
Oh.
You walked off straight away while you were healing people. So she's got a little time.
Mm.
She's got like a 5-minute head start on you guys. You could probably catch up to her if you ran.
Okay.
Because if you want to run after her, you can catch up to her. She's sort of like turning around the corner. You see her like looking around, no sign of the woman in sight. But then you see she notices something on the road and starts running off down, sort of towards the east.
Timus, wait, it's going to be bad if we lose her. Are you with me to follow?
I'm with you no matter what Perrin says. He's sort of like just limbering up.
Yeah, I
Rain.
imagine Perrin is carrying Timus so that we can just sort of be covered by the rain using my magic.
Yeah. Timus is sort of like sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah.
The question needs quick answer. Are we following her?
I believe so. That's what you're doing. I'm just following you.
Robots.
Okay, so you see her sort of tear around the corner, and you dash after her. You see, so KENARI, as you sort of get around the corner, you see. Let me just say, roll this quick. Okay. Right. So as you sort of you see her, she seems to be. You sort of turn around the corner. You see the huddled form of the old woman. She's pushing her wagon sort of up in this direction here. And by her side is walking a young boy. So you're sort of
Feed my
down
cat.
here. She'd probably be about here.
So there's a boy next to the lady, or is she buying something for the lady?
No, there's a young boy walking alongside her.
Okay. This is a little off-put by that. Wait, is this what KENARI sees, or is this what all of us see? Because I don't know if we're there yet.
I mean, yeah, that's what KENARI sees that, and then you sort of like you would be around the corner catching up to us. I say you all see it.
Got it.
You all see it. Yeah.
Sorry, I left to feed my cat. What did you say?
We caught up to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then as you sort of dash around the corner, you see the old woman. She is sort of like she's walking down this area down here, and she's pushing her cart, and alongside her is walking a young boy.
Okay. She catches up to them and calls out to her.
So the old lady just turns, and for a moment you see her look almost like roll an insight check for me.
Can I also roll insight?
Can we all roll insight?
No, I'm going to say only Kenari can. She's the one who called out and sort of like was the one who sort of like saw
Okay.
first in this case. Sorry, I know Kenari's been doing a lot of checks recently.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It just
So Kenari, you don't catch anything. Like all you can see is it is the same woman as before, and so you dash off down to her.
Okay.
She sort of turns to you and she goes, "Oh, hello, dear. I thought I left my directions to my home for you to come visit me there."
You did, but
Oh,
unfortunately, with stubborn companions.
oh well, I hope to see you there soon. Yeah.
Yes.
Is there
Until
anything I
then,
can do to help you? Myself and Mikhailovich here, we have to leave town soon.
this your grandson?
Not exactly. I'm looking after him for a poor lady who lives in this village. He'll be accompanying me to my home for several days until we take him on to Valaki.
She lowers down and like begins to like sniff at the boy.
that's like okay.
The boy's like looking up at you, and the boys like look up at you, and they're like, he's like looking at your snout, just like.
She's
Don't cry. She's a lovely, lovely woman. She doesn't really understand personal space.
she'll stand back up. She was smelling for a scent of I would say not like kidnapping, but like fear or like distress.
Well,
Like a pheromone.
you made him fear.
I know,
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
but like when people are scared, you do admit a pheromone that is distress. Like it sends out distress.
Roll
even though
another
we can't.
insight check. You're looking at the boy then? Roll an insight check then. He
Oh
seems fine.
god.
Okay.
He seems terrified of you.
Oh god.
Okay. She's gonna stand back up and just say, "You said his mother is poor."
No, she's not very well. You take him with me to my sister's, and then we will send him on to his family in Balak.
How did he end up here if his family is in Wallachia?
No, his mother is here. His mother is here, but she has family in Balaki and she can't look after him. So I'm looking after him for a while to be friends with the family, aren't we, Mikhail?
Well,
Boy
we
looks up.
are also on our way
Yes,
to.
Miss Morganta.
We are also on our way to Vallaki. We have another escort. If it would be easier and more convenient for you, we could take him.
I thank you, dear, but I would not feel comfortable handing him off to you. But if there's anything else I can do, some pastries perhaps.
I'll take 2. No,
God
wait.
damn it.
Are
We'll roll a wisdom saving through Kenari.
are you?
Oh boy, this is gonna be great. I'm just sitting there watching this because this is just like, oh god.
Okay. I mean, I would say
Wait.
yes, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. You needed to get over 20 to beat this because the amount of pastry.
She'll say, "No, wait, second that. Give me. How many do you have left?"
I have about 4 left, but I promised 2 of them to people further on my route. So is it possible that you take these 2 here and come to visit me and get some more? We must have plenty baking in the ovens.
That'll be fine. And she hands
good.
over whatever amount they are.
I believe there are.
She says, for you, 1 gold for the 2. You're a repeat customer. I don't get many of those.
Okay, she gives 1 gold.
So she
And
gives 1 gold and he gives you the 2 pastries.
Yep, so she takes the pastry.
Wait, hold that thought. If I
See,
recall, they're a silver. They're like 2 silver each.
No, they're 1 gold each.
Oh, I thought that. No, you're right. Sorry, they were a gold each. Never mind. Sorry, my brain.
She takes them and she hides them in her bag as fast as possible.
We're right in front of you, though.
Yeah, we're next to you. Do we see her do that?
Yes, probably. Oh, no, roll a sleight of hand check, KENARI.
To me, I'm way ahead of them.
Right,
We caught up to you.
They ran to catch up to you. They're catching up to you now
Oh.
as you're floating away. So roll a sleight of hand check if you want to put it away carefully. And other guys, you can roll and what would it be?
Perception?
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah. See if you can see her do it.
Investigation perception.
My passive.
I would say it's. No, I wouldn't say it's. I would say that you're. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, perception.
Yeah, so my passive, I just want to point that out, is 15.
Yeah, I know. But it's windy, it's rainy. I want to invest.
Okay,
I want
okay.
a concerted effort.
A fair effort. Okay, that's
No,
unfortunate.
You roll persuasion.
Oh, that's persuasion. Sorry, thank you. I don't know what I clicked the
charisma.
wrong.
Different stat.
That's a different stat. Thank you.
Even worse.
Even worse.
So
God damn it!
Actually,
you turn up and you're like, oh, a fellow cook. Yeah, but that's what you're focused on.
I imagine, like, as I turn the corner, I can't control the water of the as we're running sharply. Because we're running. I just see a bunch of water
down on you and Perrin.
Yeah, okay.
Kenari's done.
I would say probably the little sort of the filmy shield you've created is making it harder to see more detail. Because you've actually got this water just running down in front of you like a car windshield. It's just like running down.
When KENARI is done putting things away, she'll turn back and go. Well, she looks like she's about to say something, and then she like closes her mouth, and then looks back at the kid, and then reaches out and like ruffles his hair a little bit.
God damn it!
You'll never grow up to be a strong man if you always whimper. You have to face it with a grin, even when you do not like to.
And do you give him a grin? That's really scary grin.
No, she does not.
I'm thinking all might like grin, you know.
Yes.
Eyes go into shadow, scary.
KENARI does not smile.
She's just monotone giving advice. Love it.
Daisy's smiling beside you.
Are you buying pastries again?
Yeah, ZARRIEL, you've seen her put something into her pocket.
Yeah. What are your newest purchases, if I may ask? Pastries?
If you don't mind, I'm just going to head off.
Did you?
The old lady starts walking away with her thing. I hope to see you visit us soon, dear.
Okay, question.
Miss, we
Before
should
the
stay here.
Sorry?
before the lady heads off, I would like to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
How I don't know if do I have it prepared? I could have had it prepared.
Inside the place.
That's retro. Oh no, I can't do that.
What are you inciting for?
You
don't have anything to be suspicious about, do you? I mean,
I
what
thought
exactly are you looking for?
Right as KENARI was turning the corner, I thought we came in. I thought we got there earlier, not right as she was doing the pastry hide. I thought she arrived a little bit earlier than that.
You caught up. You sort of saw her going around the corner. You caught up to her, and she was slipping the pastries into her pocket.
Okay, so that is definitively when we arrived. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then never mind. I guess
Literally, what you see is her slipping it into her pocket. The little old lady sort of turning away. The little boy sort of walking beside her, not being coerced. He's not being coerced. Walking beside her and sort of and walking off down, trundling off. Pastries, dream pastries. Out of stock. I'll be back tomorrow. Place your orders.
Can I hop over to the kid?
Well, the kid's walking away with her, so
That's
you
what
have
I was
to
wondering.
run. You'd have to run after. Yeah. Okay. So you sort of catch up with Mikhail. Yeah.
I was gonna hand him one of my treats. Funny enough, not pastries, my candied fruits.
So he sort of like looks at you, and he takes it off you, and he sort of turns and looks over at Morgantha, and Morgantha he sort of turns around, gives you this sort of wicked little grin, and she goes, "Oh, competition! Oh,
Well,
you'll have to visit us in the windmill so that we can compare cookery techniques. My sisters are always looking forward to a little bit of a challenge."
I certainly hope so. I actually might be going with the KENARI sometime to visit you because I'm a little curious about the pastries that you
I promise you our recipes to die for.
Lovely.
Family
Well,
secret, but we can impart a few tips if you wish.
Yes, because I've recently acquired some a good bit. I have a bit of a dabble with some magical foods as well. For example, that one is it's a little bit, it gives you a little bit more hardiness. It's all delicious.
Oh well, thank you. We'll look it over. Maybe we could use it to create a sweeter version of our pastries.
Now it's
I'm
competition.
thinking. Well, yes, it's competition. I think we'll have to compare. Maybe I tell you what, we have a little competition when you come over. I'll prepare a special ingredient for us both to use. How about? And I'll see how you do. Maybe we'll be able
Sounds
to impart a few tips to you as well. We may be old, but we have wisdom.
lovely. As I'm sort of like turning away, what does the kid look when I gave him the pastry? Does the kid?
Miguel's just sort of staring at the pastry in his hand. And he's just like looking at it. He's looking over at you, and he's not eating it, but he's sort of just looking over at you. He gives you
Come
a
on.
nod.
It'll help. It'll make you grow strong.
The kid sort of like looks over at Morgantha, who gives him a nod and puts it into his mouth and just chews on it.
He gains temporary hit points equal to.
Yes. Okay. He sounds a little bit straighter. He looks over at you. Looks over
It's
sort
a
of.
little bit more hardy because of temporary hit points. Oh my god! So he gains temporary hit points. No. So the the number of treats equal to my. Hold on. Let me just look at the full feat. A D8 of temporary hit points.
Okay.
No, that is. Yeah, the D8 of temporary hit points. So, plus, yeah. So he regains temporary hit points. No, that he regains hit points over. Why is it so complicated?
No, he gains temporary hit points on top of his normal hit points, so like a shield.
Yeah, and then so like a shield. But there's two types of pastries I can make, which is weird. So I don't know which ones are the temporary hit points. Oh, no. So the one that gives temporary hit points is just it gains 2 temporary hit points. He goes by proficiency bonus.
All right, so he has two temporary hit points now.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say he would do something, but he rolled a natural one. So he just like chews it slowly, swallows it, sort of gives you a little grin, and it gives you a little grin, and then sort of like smile disappears, and he walks back over to Morgantha and takes her hand.
Oh, he had a courage check and he failed. Anyways, so yeah, can I roll insight on the kid?
No.
No, just to see if he liked the pastry.
Well, he gave you a smile, so yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
I think you deduce he did give you a little smile. He did try it, and he did smile, so you can probably deduce he did like it.
Okay.
He didn't spit it out or look like he was chewing on bad fish.
Okay. I thought you said chewing slowly, so I was just like.
No, he was like he was savoring it. He was chewing it slowly. He was
okay.
Flavor. And
Slowly.
I mean, it wasn't like oh, this fish is bad, but sort of like
That's kind of what I thought, so I was concerned.
No.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'll hop over back to the group.
So Morgantha and Timus, sort of like give each other sort of like little bow and sort of two culinary masters promising a later date meeting.
Oh.
And Morganta sort of turns around and starts to trundle off into the mist with Anna to side.
If only I knew what was up. Oh man, I'm sad. Okay, so yeah, I just sort of hop over to the group again.
ZARRIEL, you're confronting KENARI about the pastries.
Yes. Again on that. Did we not share with you the information of it?
Sorry, Kitty says Barovia Bake Off.
What?
I would not be
Sorry,
offended.
she's just written in the Twitch. Great, it's a Barovia Bake Off.
Oh.
I'm thinking, no, we should put it Great Barovia Bake Off.
I can see that actually happening on my.
You got Strahd as one of the judges. You got
Oh my
Ismark on the other side. The mayor of Valaki as well. They're all sitting there giving their own feedback on your food. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet now. Maybe we should do a special episode like that. What was that? What was that anime called where they were all like cooks?
Food Wars.
What was Shobu?
Shokugeki or Food Wars. The Japanese title is Shokugeki.
Yeah, Shokugeki. You have Shokugeki thing. We'll do like an encounter where it's like a food fight. That could be fun. I'll have to see if I can figure out the rules for that. You roll an ingredients check.
Shall we proceed?
Sorry, gone off on a tangent. I tell you what. While we're at this point here, we got 10 minutes before we get we take a 10-minute break and be back.
I think that's
We
fair.
do ZARRIEL's thing first, and then we'll take a break.
Yeah, let's do ZARRIEL's thing first, and then we'll take a 10-minute break. How about that? Sound good?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a response from KENARI. That's why I'm.
Didn't hear what you said. You were mumbling.
What?
Darling, she's jumping.
This should be better now. With the pastries again. Did we not share the information of potential effects, or was it something else?
They did, KENARI. You just don't care.
Yeah. She's gonna turn and look at him and go, you know, I don't really tell you what to do with your money or with your time. So don't try to tell me what to do with my money or my time.
Your money and your time is yours to deal with, but my well-being depends on you being able to perform to your usual level. You having ingested these pastries may hinder you in this case. That's my only concern here. You do not want us to care for you, then I will not. But your well-being is crucial to ours.
Oh. Sorry, my cat on the table scared me.
She's gonna eye you for a minute.
KENARI, intimidation check.
No.
She's not trying to
You're
intimidate.
not trying to intimidate him. Okay, sorry. You
No, she's just fixing a stare at him.
Okay. KENARI stares at you, ZARRIEL.
Would return the stare.
Staring contest is
What?
going on. I might have to make you guys take a
Okay.
constitution check.
My brain is trying to.
See which one of you blinks first.
Her tail lashes a bit behind her. As she says, I wanted to go to the mill yesterday to get this taken care of. But instead, we had to go bury a dead man. And then we went and we chased around a vampire spawn. into a fight with a whole bunch of sewer rats. So why don't you try again and tell me?
We lost you there, Luea. We lost you.
Oh, what did you hear?
Tell me.
Why don't you do it again and tell...
And tell me that my constitution and well-being matter. Huh? And she's gonna turn and begin walking back towards the Burgermeister estate.
Wow, that was really intense.
Let's deal with that later. We need to get back to arena.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow the group.
Me over here just casually peeling potatoes.
Let's take a break.
Okay, well, let's take a 10-minute break, and when we do, we'll be back at the Burgermaster's mansion. Okay.
Lovely.
All
Okay.
right, guys, 10-minute break. We'll be back in, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Oh boy.
And we are. Hello, I'm back after holding my breath, waiting for the transition screen. Hi guys, we're all back now. But what we're going to do is we're going to be ending the session a bit early today. Some of us are a bit knackered, and although we could reach what we think is like a fun spot to end today. We're also going to be looking for more players, so hopefully next who can join us. Yeah, that's what we're hoping. So we're ending it here today. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I just want to say a few words of thanks before we go. We'll be so first of all, I'd like to say thank you to our Patreons, people who've been supporting us. As you can see on our screen, we have some of our lovely people. I'm waiting to come up on my screen so I can see them. Yeah, so our patrons being Base of Operations, also Gavin, Cliff, Kevin, Luea, and Xander. It's just Bob. Thank you very much for being amazing patrons and supporting us and being part of the group. We love you, and we're so glad that you love us too. And also, thank you very much, of course, to our Twitch supporters. That being Plutonium OD, well, Gavin, again, also one of our supporters. Thank you so much, Gavin. We also have a new end screen now, which will show a few of the ways you can contact us and be part of the community. We have a Discord, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. It's all on the screen. And please, we'd love you to be part of our community. Farewell, everyone, and until the next game. Well, don't eat any dream pastries. All right. Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.